After winning the 2003 Atlantic Championship, AJ Allmendinger began to compete in the IndyCar Series the following year. He finished 6th in the championship with a best finish of 3rd twice and won Rookie of the Year. Allmendinger got his first win at Portland in 2006 and then followed that up with 2 consecutive wins, Cleveland and Toronto. Allmendinger did not actually finish his great 2006 IndyCar season. He announced he would be driving in the NASCAR Cup Series for the fledgling Team Red Bull. However, Allmendinger's IndyCar team, Foresight Racing, released him due to the NASCAR contract with the Mexico City season finale still to occur. Allmendinger dropped from 2nd to 3rd in the championship. Although Allmendinger did finish 5th at the 2006 Truck Series race at Talladega, his transition to NASCAR started off poorly. After failing to qualify for the 2 Cup Series races he entered for Red Bull in 2006, Allmendinger then only qualified for 17 of 2007's 36 races and had a best finish of 15th at Charlotte. Over the following 4 seasons, Allmendinger increased his competitiveness in the Cup Series. In 2008, he got his first top 10 finish with a 10th place at the Brickyard 400. Then, Allmendinger joined Legacy Motor Club in late 2008 and he got his first top 5 finish the following year at the Daytona 500, where he finished 3rd. After finishing in the top 20 in the championship in 2010 and 2011 with the same team, Allmendinger got an opportunity with Team Penske, who had won 5 races in 2011, as a replacement for 2004 champion Kurt Busch. Allmendinger had just 3 top 10 finishes, including a 2nd place at Martinsville, and was 23rd in points. Prior to the Firecracker 400 in July, Allmendinger was suspended by NASCAR after failing a drug test. Allmendinger was allowed to take a second test, but he failed it. It was later revealed that Allmendinger had tested positive for amphetamine, Adderall. After Allmendinger's second failed drug test, he was released from his Penske contract. In October, Allmendinger made his return to the Cup Series by doing 4 late-season races with Phoenix Racing, getting a best finish of 24th at Charlotte. Entering 2013, even though Allmendinger had been reinstated by NASCAR and even returned to racing, he had no full-time team to drive for in any national series. However, Allmendinger would continue to compete part-time with Phoenix. He also had an opportunity to return to both Penske and IndyCar. In February 2013, Allmendinger participated in an IndyCar test at Sebring for Penske. The following month, it was announced that Allmendinger would compete part-time for Penske and IndyCar. Allmendinger's first race would be the season's 2nd event, Barber. For his return race, Allmendinger qualified in 10th place out of 26 drivers. When Allmendinger made his first pit stop, he briefly stalled his car as he exited his stall. As lap 40 started, he was in 11th position. When Allmendinger pitted for a second time, it was better than the first one and had no issues. With 27 laps remaining, Allmendinger made his 3rd and final pit stop of the race. Unfortunately, Allmendinger stalled his car. Again, this time the starter had to be inserted into the rear of the car, and even then, Allmendinger's car had issues restarting. Allmendinger's return to IndyCar ended with a 19th place finish. While the Barber race was the first time Allmendinger raced at the track, that was not the case at the following race, Long Beach. There, Allmendinger competed in an IndyCar race there from 2004 to 2006, getting a best finish of 8th in 2005. At Long Beach, Allmendinger qualified in 14th out of 27 drivers. While Allmendinger was battling with J.R. Hildebrand got loose and made contact with Allmendinger, causing Allmendinger's front wing to get damaged. Then, while the race had a caution period for Ryan Hunter-Reay crashing, Allmendinger pulled off the track. Due to a gearbox failure that caused Allmendinger's retirement, he ended the event with a 23rd place result. Allmendinger's next race would be his first attempt at the Indianapolis 500. During his previous IndyCar stint, Allmendinger competed in Champ Car, a rival organization to the Indy Racing League, which the 500 was part of. The 2 organizations merged in 2008. On pole day, Allmendinger had a 4-lap average speed of 227.761 miles per hour. This qualified him for the Fast 9 session that determined the pole position. In that session, Allmendinger had an average speed of 228.099 miles per hour. For his first 500, Allmendinger qualified in 5th place. This was not the highest starting rookie, though. Carlos Munoz had qualified in 2nd place. Early in the race, Allmendinger dropped back due to his gearbox being set up in such a way that getting to a certain normal speed on the long straightaways would cause his engine to shut down briefly. Gradually, Allmendinger moved up in the field. On lap 57, as Allmendinger ran 11th, the race had its third caution period when Takuma Sato spun. During this time, Allmendinger's team had a quick enough pit stop to get their driver into 9th place. Then, on lap 77, he got past Ed Carpenter for 6th place. Going into turn 3 on lap 98, Allmendinger was close behind leader Tony Kanaan and moved past him to get the lead. Soon afterwards, Allmendinger started to pull away from Kanaan and Hunter Ray. As Allmendinger started the 101st lap, Kanaan got to his inside, but did not get past Allmendinger. 12 laps later, Allmendinger was still leading, but made an unscheduled pit stop to replace a punctured tire. During the stop, Allmendinger lost additional track time due to his seatbelts coming loose, so his team had to fix that issue. Before re-entering the track, new leader Marco Andretti got past Allmendinger and put him one lap down. This meant that Allmendinger was not on the same pit stop sequence as the leaders, meaning he would have to pit earlier than them. On lap 121, Andretti pitted and various other drivers towards the front of the field also made pit stops. During this stop sequence, Allmendinger got back onto the lead lap and was in 4th place. Entering turn 3 on lap 136, he got past Andretti for 3rd, then got the lead again by moving around Hunter Ray. Allmendinger's second stint as the leader lasted 6 laps before making a standard pit stop. This time, Allmendinger remained on the lead lap. By lap 151, leader Andretti had gotten past Allmendinger. This did mean that Allmendinger could draft with Andretti and use less power and fuel from his car. On lap 152, Andretti started a new stop cycle by pitting. Following this cycle, Allmendinger was behind Hunter Ray. As lap 165 ended, Allmendinger and Andretti drafted past Hunter Ray to get the lead. 3 laps later, Allmendinger was passed by Andretti and, soon afterwards, Hunter Ray. On lap 174, Allmendinger made his final pit stop, but he was lapped by Andretti while exiting the pit area. On lap 178, leader Tony Kanaan pitted and started the final pit sequence. Graham Rahal crashed on the back straightaway and there would be another caution time. At this point, Allmendinger was in 7th position. A week after the 500, Allmendinger competed at the doubleheader event at Detroit, a pair of races promoted by Penske. For the first race, Allmendinger started in 13th place out of 25 drivers. On the first lap, Scott Dixon narrowly got ahead of Allmendinger. The two made contact, moments later causing Allmendinger to briefly get airborne and crash hard into the outer wall, resulting in a last place finish. Allmendinger improved his starting position to 12th for Detroit's second event. On the first lap, Allmendinger suddenly went to the right on a straightaway and crashed hard, causing him to finish last again. It would be a dozen races in 4 months before Allmendinger did another IndyCar race in 2013. That race would be the Fontana season finale. Going into the race, Castroneves trailed Dixon for the championship by 25 points. For reference, a win gave a driver 50 points. Penske likely entered Allmendinger to help Castroneves with his title attempt. Allmendinger qualified in 2nd place to teammate Will Power. At the start, Allmendinger dropped back, but remained in 4th by the end of the first lap. On the 3rd lap, Allmendinger and Castroneves battled for 5th. Gradually, Allmendinger dropped further into the field. On lap 9, James Jakes was challenging him for the 8th position. Soon afterwards, Allmendinger did something similar with both Andretti and Munoz, as they competed for 7th. Early on the 20th lap, Allmendinger got ahead of the other 2 drivers. On lap 37, Allmendinger made his first pit stop of the race. Afterwards, he continued to run in the top 10. On lap 54, Allmendinger was close behind Kanaan and Hinchcliffe. After Kanaan drifted past lap driver Sato, Allmendinger attempted to get past Hinchcliffe, but was unsuccessful. 9 laps later, Allmendinger continued to battle with Kanaan and Hinchcliffe, and the 3 of them were joined by Munoz. After the race had its first caution period after Sebastian Saavedra and Pippa Mann crashed on lap 70, most drivers made pit stops and Allmendinger was running 5th of this group. When the race restarted on lap 82, 3rd place Power dropped back as Allmendinger moved into that position. Castroneves got past Hunter Ray for the lead and Allmendinger attempted to also get past Hunter Ray, but did not get past him. He crashed on lap 101. Allmendinger continued to be in 5th. For the lap 109 restart, the top 4 moved away from Allmendinger, who would get passed by Power and Alex Tagliani. Afterwards, Allmendinger dropped back. However, he was still ahead of a major crash 2 laps later. Following the lap 126 restart, Allmendinger increased his position but did not go with teammate power to the lead group. With 100 laps remaining, after running towards the front of the field for most of the race, Castroneves was in 7th, out of position to win the championship, and Allmendinger was challenging him for the position. 2 laps later, Allmendinger was part of a group of leaders that pitted. However, he had a much slower stop and was now further behind Castroneves, Andretti, and Carpenter. Allmendinger's race and return IndyCar season ended with 61 laps remaining at Fontana when he crashed as Carpenter ran out of fuel and slowed in front of Allmendinger to pit. In all, Allmendinger started 6 of 19 IndyCar races in 2013, finished in the top 10 once, qualified there 3 times, and had an average start of 9.3, but also had an average finish of 19.2. During his IndyCar return season, Allmendinger did 9 Cup Series races with Phoenix, getting a best finish of 11th at Phoenix, ironically. Less than a month after the 500, Allmendinger also started 2 Cup Series races for GTG Doherty Racing. In all, he did 9 other races with them and had a best result of 10th at Watkins Glen. Additionally, Allmendinger returned with Penske and NASCAR by competing in a pair of Sportsman Series road course races, Road America and Mid-Ohio. Allmendinger won both races. As of June 2024, Allmendinger has mostly concentrated on NASCAR, where he has won 17 Sportsman Series races and 3 Cup Series races, including Indianapolis and 2021. Has not competed in IndyCar since the 2013 race at Fontana.